Hey guys, today I'll be going over my in-cab stealth camping setup for inside my Tacoma. As you can see here, I've got the TRD off-road, which means, and I've got obviously the four-door, which means I've got a 5-foot bed, which means being 6'2", I have no chance of sleeping in the bed unless diagonally and super cramped. And being 6'2", I can't exactly just sleep in the back seat of the truck laying across the bench seat. So I had to get a little creative. But my purpose was to be able to sleep inside of the truck with minimal setup time and minimal takedown time to get into the driver's seat and drive away. Say if I had to hop in the car and drive away because someone was messing with the truck or anything like that. So my best use for this so far is when I go to ski resorts and I am just going by myself. I'm trying to make a weekend trip, or trying to do like a Thursday through Sunday. I can go up, and if it's just me, I can camp in here and not have to pay for a hotel, which is really nice. So again, all I have is a really simple setup, but it works great for me. And again, being 6'2", it's pretty amazing how well I sleep. So what I have here is a 16-inch tall cinder block and a 2-inch topper, and I'll show you how we use these in a second. And then for my front piece, which you'll see how it's set up, is a 36 by 24 piece of plywood. And what you see here is I just took kind of some bicycle tire I had in the garage and stapled it to the sides to protect from any damage to the cab. And then the back is a 30 by 24 piece of plywood. And what I do, and again I'll show you this here in a second, is I drilled some holes to get some support. So I have this little kayak hanger set up to hold the side of the plywood on the passenger door just outside of it. And that's not totally necessary for feeder at the end, but it's good to have in case you want it there. And then over here I have these pieces of paracord that I'm just running over the back headrest. So I'm gonna go ahead and set this up in the truck and kind of walk you guys through how it's done. All right, so I'm back and I've got it all set up. It took me about 2 minutes to get it set up, but obviously I'm in my garage, so it can be a little easier. But as you'll see here, I've got the pieces just essentially set up for me to sleep diagonally. If you follow this line from this corner to the back corner in the driver's side rear, it's 76 inches. So what I do is I just throw a mattress pad right over here, just kind of a single camper pad, whatever you have at the home will work just fine, whatever makes you comfy. And then obviously I'll curl up in a sleeping bag, especially if it's winter time. But to build this platform, all we've got is this 16-inch cinder block and a 2-inch topper. And the reason I use that honestly is I knew I needed 18 inches to make it level, and I knew those were 16 and 2, and it was super easy. Toss them in the truck bed, didn't have any issues with it. Again, here's the front piece right here, and here's the rear piece. The front piece is 36 by 24, and the rear piece is 30 by 24. So I'm going to walk over to the other side and show you how I had it all put together. As you'll see here, the only thing that makes this setup noticeable is that little kind of kayak holder I put on the outside. That's not necessary, especially if your feet are going to be back here. But what you can do is you can stack stuff underneath this front board right here instead of doing this, and that'll kind of make it even cozier. But essentially we've got paracord holding on the seat rest, and then we've got the kayak holder right here, and both these guys are meeting on the armrests in the center. I've slept in this probably 2 or 3 times, and it's been a super easy setup every time, and I've slept like a baby. Improvements could be made right here. I could have more plywood going forward, more plywood coming back right here. But honestly, with the thermarest going across it, I don't notice whatsoever. And having these as perfect rectangles just makes them perfectly easy to move in and out. If I am, and you notice I've got the passenger seat all the way back and the driver's seat tilted all the way forward, and I still have that at a normal setting, forwards and backwards wise. So all I need to do to drive away with my setup is flip this guy up and flip the driver's seat back and go. So the way I get in and out quickly, especially if I'm setting up for camp, is I'll have the front one all set up and the back one connected here. And then if I'm using this, I will have it hanging in the window and have this detached. And then, when I'm getting there, all I'll do is I'll have this guy tilted upwards like that. And then when I get ready to go to bed that night and I'm setting up camp, I'll be putting my weight on there inside the truck, and I'll just maneuver this guy into position.